Okay, so there's one more and final countertop and sink, base cabinet, and mirror to put in, and that's in the back hall lab, which we put over here. Now the difference here is that I made this as a single entity, so I can place this. You saw all the time it took for us to do all of the other countertop and uh, sink, cabinet, and backsplash. So I made something. Uh, if you're thinking in terms of AutoCAD, it's a block, it's a dynamic block. If you're thinking in terms of Revit, it's a family. And if you take a look here, I have some constraints. Now I can change the length of that. Notice that the sink location is 4'6" right now, which is half of 9 feet. If I make that 10 feet, look what happens to the center line. So my sink always stays centered. However wide I make my countertop, my sink and my cabinet always stay centered. And the mirror and the backsplash are always there as well. And I also have a constraint that I can put in there. Take a look at. I'm going to change that to 9 feet. I can change the height of that mirror. Whoops, whatever happened there. I can change the height of that mirror to 9 feet, for example, and see how it goes up or up and down. So I can constantly adjust the constraints or the parameters of that object, and it makes it much easier than putting all those component pieces in originally or individually. So we'll change that back to 6 feet tall. So anyway, that's what my uh, family looks like when I start with, and then I can just take a look at the uh, pieces right here and say, well, I want to put a couple of base cabinets on the side, and then I'm done with it. So I'll put some drawers on both sides, create similar. Let's do it on this side. Let's rotate it around. I think that's correct. Yep, that's where it is. So I'm just going to pull this guy back over and let's see what the width is here that I have for my cabinet. It's 2'4". Uh, 2'3" is going to be the width in a 3 foot increment. So let's see if I have a 27-inch there, and I don't see one. So back to here, edit the, whoops, edit the type, duplicate it. I said 27 inches. Okay, and then we'll just change this here to 27 inches. And we'll say okay to that. And now I will align, oops, I want to align with this guy. And they'll just put a filler in there. And the reason I did this side is because now I can mirror it quite easily to this side. And there's my powder room now with mirror, backsplash, countertop. And I mentioned that I'm using the tile for my demonstration, but really I would change it to something like that, to marble, because it looks so much nicer, I think. Let's see. Uh, let's see if I edit the type, what else do I have to choose from here? Height, depth, color, thickness. Okay, so that's basically it. I just noticed if I look over here, this might be a reflection though. So yeah, I think this is just a reflection of the countertop. So the backsplash goes up to here and then the mirror starts, but it looks like the backsplash continues, but really what that is simply a reflection. So what I'm illustrating here is simply we can, if we have standard items that we use over and over again, we can start to customize them so that it's easier to put it into our project. And that looks pretty good. So I think uh, after this tutorial, we're done with the countertops. I'm going to go put in a few more. Now let's do it right now and finish up this tutorial. Okay, so we're going to put in architecture. I want to put in a toilet. I don't know if I have a toilet to choose from, so let's see. TOI. Nope, no toilet. So then we go over here to insert. load a family. We go over to our Imperial Library. We're looking for plumbing. Let's use architectural plumbing, fixtures, and water closets, fancy name for a toilet. I like to use the 3D version. This other one I think is, no, I think they're all 3D. Okay, so we'll use, but this one looks fine, so we'll use it. And then I'm just coming over here now, spacebar, 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 and there's my toilet. I want to put another one over here, so I'll just come over here, put another toilet in there. Okay, so now we've got both of our toilets. So our fixtures, appliances, countertops, upper cabinets, looks like everything's in good shape. So now we can move on in the next tutorial. We'll move on to the next step.